Everyone doing, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping another video. Right, guys, I've not dropped a video over the weekend because I've been ill as fuck, to be honest. I still feel like shit. Right, guys, in 2 days, yeah, I've been out of prison, yeah, 3 months, yeah. I'm going to do a video, like, adjusting to life after prison, yeah. Like I say, I've not, to be honest with you, right, I'm not really, like, I'm still having nightmares about when I was in prison. It's really weird. I keep having this reoccurring dream or nightmare, whatever you want to call it, where I wake up and I'm thinking, like, I'm dreaming, or nightmare more like, that I'm in prison still. It fucks me head up, man. I keep laying there, and then I'm waking up in cold sweats, and like, I'm looking around my bedroom here thinking, like, I'm imagining that I'm back in my cell. It's fucking strange, you know, proper weird. But yeah, like I say, guys, in 2 days, yeah, on the 10th of this month, in 2 days time, I've been out of jail 3 months, yeah. I just want to talk about, like, getting out and readjusting back into society, getting back into life and stuff. Like I say, guys, right, when people go to prison and stuff, that I had a backlog of things I needed to do when I got out of prison and stuff, and just the initial, if you've got a loved one that's going to get out of prison, right, say he's been in prison for a long time, or he's been in prison for the first time, right, when you get out of prison, right, you need to be gentle with your loved one, right, and I mean it in the sense of, when they come out of prison, right, it's a shock to the system, right? You don't just walk out of prison and it's sweet, yeah. It is sweet, the fact that you're free, but the thing is, anyone that's been in prison, you'll know, right? When you get out of prison, it takes some adjusting to get back into life, right? Right, imagine, right, life, right? Life is like a race, right? Everyone's running, everyone's doing their own thing, right? And your loved one has been picked up, right, and dropped into prison, right? So they've gone from living a crazy mad life, busy, doing whatever, right, to just dropped in prison, where they've been locked behind the door for long periods of time, right, where they've just sat there watching TV, where their head's being fucked by the prison system, right, and like the food's shit, and like I say, people just sleep the jail away and everything else, right. So they've gone from living this crazy mad life to, like, just being dropped into a prison cell against the will, against the wishes, right, and prison's slow pace, nothing really happens. It's just, you'll get out, you'll go for your food, but it's like everything's effort, yeah. And then when you get out again, so then you've served your months, your years, and then you're picked up again, your loved one's picked up, and then they're dropped, right, back into the race of life, right, and they land on their ass, guys, right. Everyone does it. I did it, right. You land on your asses in, like, everyone's carried on running the race, and you've been picked up, you've been living in a prison cell where not much has been going on, and then you get dropped back into the race of life, and where everyone's carried on running, you're sort of like looking around thinking, fucking hell, everything's fast paced. When I got out of prison, example, like, my mum was driving, and it was like I was in, like, a fast forward movie or something. Like, everything was being fast forward. Cars were driving dead fast. People were talking dead fast. People were getting about dead fast. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? And it proper, like I say, I've been in prison a few times here now, but every time I get out, I have to readjust to life. So I was sat in the car with my mum, and my mum passed me a phone, and she's like, all right, ring your uncle, ring your auntie Pam, ring your sister, blah, 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 tell them you got out of prison. And I'm just sat there like, just give me a minute. And like I say, it does take time to readjust back into society and stuff. Some people do it quicker than others, some people, but you will see it, like, when they first get out, it takes time to get back into that race of life. Because like I say, you've been living in a fucking cell where you might have been locked up for long periods, like Forest Bank, which can't be in Salford, what I was in, right, that you get more souls there. And like I say, I was working, so it wasn't too bad. But then you've got prisons like Strangeways, where people are getting banged up 23 hours a day, and it's a different, like, imagine 23 hours a day bang up, and then you drop back into this race. It's going to take you time to find your feet, guys. It really does. And then, like I say, when you get out, you've got certain things. I had to sort out things with my tenancy, with rent arrears. I had to go to the doctor. I had to get medication. People reckon I've got PTSD. People reckon I've got ADHD. People reckon I've got anxiety, depression. Probably, I don't know. Like I say, from the doctors and stuff, they reckon I've got PTSD. I've got ADHD. Well, no, they don't reckon I've got ADHD. My mum reckons I've got ADHD. They reckon I've got anxiety, depression, stuff about mania and stuff. All this sort of stuff. People have been trying to label me for years. I am who I am. if I was to say that my experiences of life and crime and prison and all that stuff hasn't affected me, then I'd be lying, right? Like I say, prison does strange things to a man, yeah. Mentally, like emotionally, it's a strange one. Like it really is. When everyone leaves prison, right? The thing is with prisoners, yeah, we're all macho, we're all convicts, and we're all hardened criminals, right? But if you underneath all the macho bullshit, right, you've got sensitive guys, you've got guys that get emotional, guys that are just like crying out to be with the families and so on and so forth, right? Like I say, but I used to do all the macho bullshit, and then in the last couple of videos I've dropped, yeah, I've gone below the macho bullshit and actually expose myself. I've opened myself up and stuff and got upset and stuff like that, like I say. So yeah, but yeah, when you get back in, when you get out and stuff like that, it's amazing. Like every prisoner, right, that's in the system, the day that it's come up to his release, they'll have the day planned, right? Obviously, the loved ones will have the day planned as well. They've probably got different things planned, but like when you get out, you just want to get. The thing is, right, when I got out, I just wanted to get a shower so I could I wanted to wash my clothes, right, so I didn't have the prison like smell thing going on, and wanted to get my hair cut and stuff, and yeah, I wanted to shed that like skin of prison and shit like that. And then I wanted to go out for food. I wanted to I had to do it like I wanted to do a lot more the day I got out, but I was drained from my time in prison, and I was trying to recharge my batteries and stuff. And like I say, the world's going by and whizzing by at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I'm like at me thinking, what the fuck, man? This is crazy. It takes time for me to adjust. Like I say, you'll have to let me guys know, guys. If you've been in prison, right? Does it take you time to adjust? Do you have any like rituals, or like do you keep having nightmares about prison or reoccurring dream about prison? Do you like some people that have been in prison a long time, because of how hard prison beds are? Some people I know that sleep on the floor because it like replicates how hard a prison bed is. Right, so like I say, you guys have to let me know. When you guys get out, what if you've been to prison, when you've got out of jail, lads, what do you do? And girls, because obviously female prisoners, what do you do? How do you spend your day? When you was in prison, what was you missing on the outside? What were the first things you did when you got out? So on and so forth. Like I say, readjusting like to life is hard. Like 3 months, I still. Like, I'm feeling better, like I say, but I'm still having nightmares about prison. Like 3 months after I've been out, my aim now is, I feel like I was put on this earth, right, to fight the prison system, right? And I keep slagging the prison system off, and the Ministry of Justice and Her Majesty's Prison off on my Twitter, right, hoping that people will support me and we can start a movement, right? People protest about everything, right? People just the other day were protesting about knife crime and the deaths at the hands of knives, right? Victims' families were marching through the streets of London, right? People march for NHS, for the doctors, yeah, and for the nurses, right? Junior doctors, they strike, right? Students have even carried out strike action, right? Teachers, train drivers and people that work on the trains, right? All protest. Who protests for prisoners, guys? Nobody, right? We're the forgotten people, right? Prisoners and prisoners' families are the forgotten people, right? Well, honest to God, yeah, we've got less of a stake in a society than a fucking slug, right? I honestly believe that. When in prison, you're not allowed to vote. Now you're not allowed to smoke. They're now bringing out a new dress code where women are not allowed to have the tits out, like cleavage showing and stuff like that. That was in the paper yesterday. I retweeted that. So like I say, there's not many things you can do in prison. So like I say, they're putting all these Muslim extremists on one wing, right? People are not allowed to smoke. People are not allowed to do X, Y, and Z. They're now telling prisoners' families and girlfriends what they can and can't wear to fucking visits. Yeah, it's just a joke, man. Like I say, when you get out of prison, you've got to crack on and stuff like that. You can't let it. It is overwhelming though when you do leave prison. Anyone that's been in prison should know this. Like I say, if you're doing all the macho shit, you won't admit it. But if you look at your actions and stuff when you got out, and the fact that everything's fast paced and you've been living at a snail's pace in prison, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, readjusting back into society, guys, it does take time and stuff. Some people get on their feet quicker than others. But yeah, it does affect you guys, and like I say, but yeah, this is just readjusting, guys. Like I say, when you get out, you've got to look for jobs. You've got to get. Some people have jobs to go back to if they're lucky enough. Some people won't. I didn't. I'm unemployed now, and I want to get a job. And I'm trying to break into the media and stuff like that, but it's drawn out and stuff. And I'm turning down interviews now because I want to get paid for my time, rather than being used because I give good content. I actually want to be. I want to be paid. I want to get a job out of it because, like I say, the idea is I want to break into the media. But like I say, keep having people ringing me, oh, do an interview for this, do an interview for that. They want my time, right? And I do my videos on here. I'm quite happy doing this. I'm not asked about being on TV no more. It used to be a buzz being on TV, but like I say, as the years gone on and I've done so many interviews, I don't really give a shit about being on TV no more. For me, I want to earn a wage. I want to earn a crust. And if I can do so on the back of being in prison, that'd be brilliant. Like I say, I'm just a Manchester lad. I'm hoping to get a job here in Manchester. But like I say, with the facts of my criminal record and stuff, and the fact that, like, if you've got, like, for one job, they might have 50 people go for that job, right? With my criminal record and stuff, and the fact I've been in prison, are they going to touch me? No. If you've got 50 people and one of them's got a big criminal record, right, he's going to get overlooked for the job. He's not going to get a job. You guys will have to let me know if you've gone for a job when you've got out of prison and your criminal convictions have stopped you getting a job. Have you got a job very easily? Have you struggled to get a job? You'll have to let me know, guys. Like I say, I'm not a lazy bastard. Like I say, all the effort and time I put into these videos, I do research on the back of my videos, and then I do my videos on the back of them and stuff, and I just speak candidly through my experiences and stuff. But I want to get a job. I want to earn a wage, but that's just me. Like I say, people will look down your nose and say, "Oh, you're a dull dosser and this and that." That's fine and dandy. My experiences of life have damaged me and chipped bits off me, but I'm like ready to get back into the race now. I want to go again. Right, guys, I'm going to leave this video here, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.